Akim, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us truth, and salutations to sincere Akim and Akwat. Let me listen. May the blessing of election be over your house. My name is Brother Akwai, back in here with another lesson. So for today's lesson, I'm going to be going through an article that I came across, and hopefully this video is edifying, and I just thought it was really interesting. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So this is just an update of what's going on in things in the world, right? Being as watchmen on the earth, right? So they might flag this video, but as you can see the title on the screen, bill banning so-and-so blood donations would decimate blood supply, opponents say. So it's been dated February 27th. And so I'm just going to read through the article. I'll even link it to the description of this video, and I'll interject and throw in some precepts, right? So, without further ado, so it says here, so this is the Daily Montana, so this is in the US. A bill to ban donors who have received the so-and-so from giving blood will decimate blood supply in Montana and leave patients at risk of even death, said opponents of House Bill 645. Right, so this is a quote saying Montana's blood supply could be cut up into 80%, leading to adverse patient outcomes, including unnecessary and unconscionable death, senior vice president of blood collection, right? Newmark said most blood banks are barely meets the needs of the patients today, with an 80% reduction of blood supply. Procedures for accident victims, pregnancy complications, and more mundane blood transfusions would not be possible. So here it says, so this is the meat. Here's the really important stuff here, right? So here it says House Bill 645 would ban individuals who have received a so-and-so, as you can see on the screen, from donating blood, making it a misdemeanor with a $500 fine to donate and accept blood from so-and-so donors, right? So now these people, the media has a very interesting twist, because now it was a couple in the midst of the, of the C-19, how do I call it? The C-19 storm that for the past 2 years, they were saying it was the people who didn't have the jab were the problem. Now, all of a sudden, there's more information comes out. It's saying that, okay, these people are being banned, and on top of that, these people are going to be fined, right, and reprimanded for their actions, right? So there's a lot of truth coming out here, right? So let's get a please excuse my voice. Let's get a quick scripture. So this is Luke 8 verse 17, and it reads, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, and neither anything hid shall not be made that shall not be made known or come abroad." Right? So all this information is now coming out about the truth of this, this poison dart, like my elders like to say in the camp, right? So further on, let's continue. In addition to creating a severe shortage of blood in the state, opponents said there is no way to test blood for both long CVID or the so-and-so, right? However, proponents say the bill, a continuation of anti-so-and-so legislation that passed last session, was about medical autonomy and the right to receive blood from donors who have not gotten the so-and-so, right? We hear these two words, safe and effective, and millions of times. Does this make them true? Said bill sponsor Greg Kmetz, R. Miles City, right? And that's true, right? Because they were saying this, and senators were saying that. The Fauci character was saying that the Fauci ouchie is good, and now all of a sudden you're seeing the result of what's actually going on, right? Let's get another scripture for people like that. Okay, so this is James 1 verse 8, and it reads, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? So this goes into these characters that are telling you that it is X, Y, and Z, but actually it's A, B, and C, right? They have a very they have that spirit that's over them, that's that it's not genuine, right? They're all back and forth, right? So this is what the Most High has to say about medicines, right? Because, you know, all these sicknesses that we suffer from, you know, there are medicines that come from the earth. Okay, this is Sirach 38 verse 1, and it reads, honor a physician, and with the honor due unto him, for the uses which he may have of him, for the Lord Yahweh hath created him, right? So, you know, through the Lord Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, you know, they are Yahweh Shai is our physician, because he is the one that is binding us up and bringing us together, bridging that gap, right? You know, between northern and southern kingdom, and bridging and healing our wounds, right? And how does that come? That comes through this word, right? You know, hearkening onto this word, right? So verse 2, let's see. For the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration, right? So, you know, when we open up and we give all praises and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because he's overdue. The glory is overdue, right? Verse 4, and this is the point. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Right, so the people who we are living under, these elites that are pushing these filthy agendas, and especially when it comes to medicine, you know, they are the ones that are not. They take what the Most High has created and they twist it, right? They turn it upside down, you know, pursuant to Isaiah 29 verse 16, right? So now you have this big contention between those people who are, you know, who have it and who don't have it. And let's see what the scriptures say about that. I think it's Luke, actually. Okay, so this is Luke 11, verse 17, and it reads, but he, knowing their thoughts, and said unto them, Yahushua is speaking, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every house divided against a house falleth, right? So you have these different divisions among the people, because the people are not in one consent, right? You know, they created this animosity in the beginning, you know, the people who have the so-and-so and people who don't have the so-and-so, and then the media was saying that, oh, okay, the people who don't have the so-and-so are the big problem. But that now, as information and scientific, well, I don't want to say scientific, but credited information, from research coming out saying that, okay, this is actually not true. It's the people who have the so and so are causing a big problem, but the media doesn't want to talk about that, right? Okay, let's get to Revelation. Okay, so this is Revelation 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, and be not partakers of her sins." Right? So coming out of her, that her represents Babylon, the whore, right? That whore that rides upon that many waters, right? So he be not partakers of her sins, right? Because America's sins have reached up to the heavens, right? And these are the sins that that America is continuously accumulating over years and years and years, and especially what it has done to our people, right? Verse 5: For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities, right? So the Most High is going to remember all these things that have America has done to our people, man. From slavery to Jim Crow, medical misinformation, so on and so forth, poisoning our people, right? Buck breaking, oh my goodness, like the list goes on. That's why it says the sins have reached unto heaven, right? Let's get Psalms. This is Psalms 36, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord Yahweh. The transgression of the wicked saith in my heart, there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes. Right? So that represents these elites, man, because they have absolutely no fear of the Lord, right? Because the scriptures say that the fear is the main ingredient, to actually have wisdom, right? And the scriptures also say that the knowledge of wickedness it's not wisdom, right? So these people are not wise in what they're doing, right? Verse 2: For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity is found to be hateful. And this is what's going on right now, right? Verse 3: The words of his mouth are iniquity, right? So sin upon sin upon sin, and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good, right? Verse 4: He deviseth mischief upon his bed, setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil, right? So that refers to these elites and these so-called white people that are pushing this heavy agenda, the WEF. These people they have no fear of the Most High, right? So they because they have no fear, they're not considered wise. Only the elect are considered wise because they actually possess that ingredient known as fear, right? Because they know what to do and what not to do, right? So anyways, I'm just going to leave it there, but hopefully you brothers and few sisters were edified. It's just a short article lesson, and like I said, I can attach the link of the lesson to the description box below, right? So that would conclude the end. Hopefully this video is edifying, and I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. Until next time, I say, Shalom.